combination. Let me show you that. Lanka 2 to Lanka 3 can actually transition quite smoothly. From this Lanka 2 position, I cue him, he backs up. Now I simply feed, go to the C step and lock. Now I'm going to cue him, move right across, punch, and go right in. So both of those transitions are very smooth, very easy, and no argument this is actually easier to do than Lanka 6, which is 2 and 4. Still, we practice Lanka 6 because instead of this Lanka 2 to 3 and 3 to 2, you'll do that automatically without spending 1 minute of training time on it if you've practiced the first 4 Lankas. But you might not do the 2-4 combination because it's just a little more difficult in some ways. But if you practice Lanka 6 with 2 and 4, you'll be equally comfortable with this. And again, without spending 1 minute of training time on it. Before we conclude this Lanka portion of the video, I want to spend some time on our one rule. We said the rule is to keep your shin oriented on your opponent's near leg. That is not the same as on your opponent's near leg. Your leg need not and probably should not make immediate contact. To show you what I mean, I'm going to break down a couple of movements from the Silat portion of our Kun-Tao Silat salutation. Our Kun-Tao Silat salutation begins with the Silat portion. The first 2 moves are really all we're interested in. Let me show you that. Again. Now, this move and that move can be interpreted any number of ways, but here's one that I'm particularly fond of. As he feeds a low line punch, 1, 2. Now, so far, I've kept my one rule. My shin is oriented on him. I haven't touched him yet. There's been no contact. So, as he feeds me the punch, 1, 2. At this point, I haven't applied any contact to him. Leg contact's not immediate, but it does suit me for whenever I want to go, and I can pop him and rock and roll from there. The leg contact is not immediate, but is still very effective. Again, feeds me the punch, no contact, no contact, leg contact, hit him, rock and roll, yeehaw! Again, the leg contact was not immediate, but it was still very effective because I kept my shin oriented on him, ready to use at any time. If you think that low line defense is improbable because it's going to go a whole lot faster than that, then try the same defense against a front kick to the midsection. Go. That's all I've got to do. As I did before, back up. He makes the kick. 1, 2. I'm still in position to attack his leg, get him back, and have fun. No immediate lock. Leg was aligned on it, so we have the same undeniable conclusion. If you aim your shin at him, you've got ways to beat the heck out of him. Here's another example of keeping my shin oriented on him and not necessarily using it until I'm ready. As Paulie strikes, I pull 1. My right shin is oriented on him. I hack in 2. Now that should be almost one movement. I'm going to go 1, 2. That shifts his weight back. Now I've still got either leg on him. Here, my right leg is on him, but instead of pressing this, there may be a car over here I want to smash him into, a bar, his buddy. So from this position, after I strike, I simply come up, and now I orient on this leg. I'm still following the same rule. I've had my shin oriented on each one. Now I can grind, destroy, whatever. When he steps back, he gives me that leg. I follow the rule. My shin oriented on his near leg. I do that all the time. You may not exploit it immediately, but you always want to be in a position to use it. These Lankas work Because unless the guy you're fighting walks around like this, in which case if he does, he's got some other serious problems to deal with. But until humans evolve into crabs, these lankas are going to work because every time we walk, we know right where their legs are. Stealth and position are the operative adverbs for defining our one rule. Be prepared to use your legs. Keep your shin oriented on your opponent's near leg. But don't make contact. Don't show your cards too soon. Don't let him know his legs are vulnerable until after he experiences it firsthand. In other words, don't lock immediately. Good things come to those who wait. We've covered a total of 18 drills. That's lankas 1 through 6, each with A, B, and C versions. That can seem a bit overwhelming until you begin reducing what you've learned. For example, consider the patterns we followed. We didn't use a lot of them, just these 2. Lankas 1 through 4 followed these simple patterns. Lankas 5 and 6 use flow and confidence, moving from one lanka to the other as the primary focus. So patterns for them aren't used. They're not even necessary. To me, these patterns are beautiful in their simplicity. You can, if you like, overlay them and come up with a single pattern. For those fascinated by martial geometry, you can see we have triangles throughout, both male and female. You can, I suppose, even connect the triangles and come up with a host of geometric shapes and designs. And if all that helps you learn, great. Just don't lose sight of its simplicity. Simplicity is the key, after all, to learning martial skills as well as surviving in a fight. Along those same lines, you could easily make up more drills, each with A, B, and C versions, like Lanka 2 and 3, the combination we showed you before. However, instead of following more fixed patterns, at this point, you're better served if you relax and learn how to flow in and out of the first 4 lankas. They're the essentials anyway. But we need not stop here, for we can simplify even those atomic, essential first 4 lankas. In lankas 1 through 4, and in all the leg work for that matter, just 2 stances are used. An open stance, like this, and a twist stance, like this. Further, they're applied against primarily only 2 targets, the calf and the shin. We'll bring Bob out and demonstrate both of those. With his right leg forward, here's my open stance, shin on shin. Here's my twist stance, shin on shin. If he switches to a left lead, I'll go to Lanka 2. Open stance, shin on calf. Lanka 3. Twist stance, shin on calf. All of this is following our one rule. My shin is oriented on my opponent's near leg. My shin oriented on my opponent's near leg. This is why I asked you to keep in mind the one rule, the 2 stances, the 3 methods, and the 4 basic drills. To me, the mark of true sophistication in anything lies in its basic yet elegant simplicity. And for me, doesn't get much simpler than that. Doubtless some will argue those are not the lankas we learned. They're not only probably right, they're absolutely right. And they're right for 3 reasons. First, way back in 1972, Don Draeger reported that there were 157 officially recorded styles of Pencak Silat. Others have raised the number to over 250 now. It is therefore impossible for anyone to show you every possible way Indonesian legwork can be practiced or taught. The second reason is these lanka drills were not passed on to me by my teacher or anyone else for that matter. No, these drills were developed by yours truly so that I could practice and teach the devastatingly effective movements I saw my teacher perform. Not that I think these drills are originally with me. I don't believe that for an instant. Others, I am sure, have something similar. Now, the third reason these are not the lankas some learned is that I'm not even at 175 pounds, not built like your typical Indonesian. I've seen Indonesian pencak silat players drop to the floor in a silo and bounce back up quicker than a rubber ball. But with nearly 22.5-inch thighs, there's no way I can do that, and I doubt I'll ever be able to. Therefore, the drills we developed were based on A, what we, larger Westerners, can do, what I can do, and B, my unwavering self-defense focus. As I said in the introduction, if I can't do this stuff on concrete, you won't see it here.